Good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you might be watching. On my channel, a lot of people have asked me about my Australian accent, and I reply back to them and I say, well, it's just the way we talk here in Australia. I know that in America, in the States, a lot of people like to hear the Australian accent. We speak fairly slowly compared to some other languages, particularly the English, who tend to speak very, very quickly. But the Australian accent is something that has developed over time. There are various theories as to why we sound like we do, but the funny thing is this: Australia is a really big country. It's huge. It's an island continent. It's an island that's surrounded by water, but we have an enormous area of land. And if you go to the westernmost capital city, Perth, and then you come back through the country and finish up in one of the most eastern cities, say Sydney, where I live, we all sound the same. There are slight differences. For example, the South Australians say school. In New South Wales, they say school. So there are those subtle differences, but generally speaking, the accent is recognisable all over Australia as being pretty much the same, and it's certainly recognised worldwide. So for those people who wonder why we sound like we do, there are a couple of theories. Whether they're right or not is another thing, but one of the theories is that because Australia is mainly desert and it's very, very dusty, that we tended to keep our mouths closed a bit to keep the dust out and develop the accent that way. Well, I don't know whether that's right or wrong. Probably we keep our mouths closed to keep the flies out. That's my theory. Also, it keeps the mosquitoes out, because the mosquitoes are that big they actually knock on the door and ask you to let them in of a night. So everything in Australia is big. We've got big this, big that. It's huge. So when we say words like g'day, how you going, mate, good to see you, we are a laconic type of people. Nothing very much bothers us in the main, other than our politicians, of course, but that's another story. So I hope you enjoy hearing an Australian accent. I know a lot of my viewers come from the US. In fact, the majority come from the US. So, folks, enjoy what you're listening to. And if you've got any comments, don't forget to put them on the channel. If you like us, if you like hearing this, give us a like. If you don't, well, click don't like. But we'd love to have you as a subscriber. Thanks for watching, folks.